There are a couple of enigmatic characters in One Piece, and for most people who read or watch One Piece, it's Dragon or maybe Blackbeard. But for me, it's Shanks. I do understand what Dragon and Blackbeard are trying to do, but when it comes to Shanks, he is something else entirely. Dragon wants to overthrow the world government and give people their independence from the delusional Tenryubitos, while Blackbeard wants power for the sake of it, and that's why he has no problem risking it all for getting all. But when it comes to Shanks, he is very hard to read. He did get on board on the Pirate King's ship when he was young, but we don't know how this came to be. Did Roger recruit him, or Shanks did beg Roger to allow him on board? But based on the fact that Roger gave Shanks his straw hat, I think it's more likely the former to be the case. After Roger was executed, Shanks did form his own crew. After that, we saw him in Luffy's village. Shanks said that they are using the island as their base. But what business does Shanks have in East Blue? East Blue is known as the weakest of the seas. There is nothing of importance there that we know of, or treasures or strong pirates. So for what reason Shanks was there? After that, we did hear from Garp that now he has become a Yonko, one of the 4 emperors of the New World. We know the reasons why the others have become Yonkos, but what about Shanks? What is he trying to achieve? The other Yonkos want to beat each other and become Pirate King and rule the New World alone, but Shanks is doing the complete opposite. In a way, he did try to stop the war in Marineford, and when he did not succeed, he did stop Kaido from coming to Marineford and went there himself and did stop the war. If Shanks would let this 3-way battle happen among the Whitebeard pirates, the Beast's pirates, and the Marines, then this would benefit Shanks and Big Mom. But I think the reason why he did that is because he isn't interested in becoming the Pirate King. It's very possible that if Shanks would want to be Pirate King, he would have done it by now. Roger gave him the straw hat. I guess he did that because he saw himself in Shanks. Shanks did the same thing with Luffy. When he gave the straw hat, he said, "That kid is going to be big. I know because he reminds me of my earlier years." The fact that the number 1 swordsman in the world cannot defeat Shanks, who is not a swordsman but his weapon of choice is a sword. Because otherwise the title of the best swordsman in the world would belong to Shanks as much as it does to Mihawk. Zoro would not be happy if this was the case. Taking down Mihawk is hard enough, and now he has to take down Shanks as well? Anyway, he did stop Kaido from coming to Marineford, and when he went there, Shanks did challenge everyone to a fight. But no one did take him on. If Shanks wanted to become the Pirate King, he could have done this in a new world to the other Yonkos, challenging them one by one, which it would be a lot easier. Sengoku did accept Shanks' request of taking the corpses of Ace and Whitebeard and the rest and burying them with dignity. This, it seems, that is against the rules of the Marines because Sengoku said that I will take the blame. And the reason why he is allowing this is because of Shanks. Sengoku was a fleet admiral, and his job is to know who are the top pirates and what they are doing. The fact that he has respect for Shanks, this shows that he is doing something very different from the rest of them. Goldie Roger was the first Pirate King, and since this is already achieved in the story, it's not going to happen again in the same way. It has to be something more in order to make things more interesting and not just a repeat of what did happen in the past. Goldie Roger did earn the title of the king only after he did conquer the Grand Line. So the Grand Line is not a mystery anymore. I think next in line to achieve something great is Shanks and not Luffy. And this is how Oda will expand the One Piece story even more than he already has. One of the best arcs in One Piece for many of us is Marineford arc. I read somewhere that this arc has sold 38 million copies. The difference between this arc and the rest is that in this arc the focal point was not the main character. Luffy did arrive halfway through this arc and he was just one of the important pieces that made this arc epic. So Oda knows very well what needs to be done to make something epic. So I think it will come a time that no one will be able to challenge Shanks in the Grand Line. Goldie Roger did conquer the Grand Line. Shanks will conquer the Grand Line, but also the pirates in the Grand Line in a sense of ruling. And for Luffy, by the end of the story, he will conquer the Grand Line, the pirates in the Grand Line, and also the whole world. Roger started this by finding Raftel and One Piece and learning the true history and starting the Pirate Age. Shanks laid the groundwork for that war that will engulf the whole world. And Luffy will be the one that will finish this and change the world for the better by removing the world government and other organizations that are similar, with the help of Shanks and Dragon. About the last point, I will make another video where I will talk in more details. That video will not be published right after this one, because I have plans for other videos, but it will be out soon. What do you guys think about this video? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, like and share if you liked this video, and subscribe for more One Piece videos.